The fact that the US national debt is $36.17 trillion doesn't mean anything. That's literally just a number. Yes, it's the highest it's ever been, but so is our GDP. It has never been this high, and that's about $29 trillion. But the issue is the gap between our debt and our GDP. The debt to GDP ratio is just the size of our debt in comparison to our overall economic output. And right now it's at about 120%. The last time it was this high was during World War II, and the reason why we were able to beat it so easily is because our GDP exploded and it grew so much faster than our debt that paying it off was a very easy matter. I'm very optimistic about America's economy, but we do have a spending problem. We keep running a deficit of at least $2 trillion every single year, which means we're not getting enough tax revenue for what we actually want to do and build. The encouraging thing is that our highest debt to GDP ratio is actually in 2020 during COVID. It was at about 130%, maybe a little higher, and now it's down to 120. Hey, you got to take the wins where you can. Another encouraging sign of our debt to GDP is the fact that it hasn't really been increasing since COVID. Now, I don't exactly know what Donald Trump and Elon Musk have planned in order to cut the budget, but if they do manage to do anything drastic that works, okay, then maybe we'll see less of a debt to GDP ratio. But also, the infrastructure bill that was passed during the Biden administration is a $1.2 trillion injection into the US economy, and the bulk of it hasn't even entered yet. We've had less than $100 billion go into it since its invocation, but most likely in 2025, this year, we're going to see at least $250 to $300 billion injected. And that could actually spike our GDP enough to see a further drop in the debt to GDP ratio. We got to keep our eyes open.